Since the Second World War, the technique of dehumidification has been used by most of the world's military organizations to protect mothballed equipment from corrosion and other damage caused by moisture. In 1958, the Swedish Defense Forces adopted the technique under the title of dry air method as a standard method of protecting all such equipment. Overall, considerable experience is available in the use of the method. In recent years, the technique has also been adopted for protecting operational equipment. Toward the end of the 1970s, the Royal Danish Air Force tested a method of dehumidifying fighter aircraft in service to prevent corrosion in jet engines. A considerable proportion of Danish Air Force operations takes place at low altitude over the sea. As a result, moist, salt-laden air is drawn into the engines and severe corrosive attack follows. The tests showed that corrosion was halted by dehumidifying the engines while the aircraft were on the ground. Although the jet engine corrosion problems encountered by the Royal Swedish Air Force were not as severe as those encountered by their Danish colleagues, they were interested in testing the method mainly to reduce the frequency of electronic component faults in fighter aircraft in service. Tests were carried out on J-35F aircraft at the F-10 airbase throughout 1981. Measurements showed that it was possible to maintain the relative humidity at a low level in all essential spaces in the aircraft. Engine. Before, 65%. After, 34%. Cabin. Before, 67%. After, 34%. Radar. Before, 67%. After, 34%. Fin pitot tube. Before, 67%. After, 44%. Ridge. Before, 63%. After, 36%. Wing electronics. Before, 63%. After, 31%. On the basis of the test results, it was decided to adopt the method to protect all aircraft in service. An evaluation was made after the method had been applied to a large number of aircraft. The results are shown in terms of the mean time between failures, or MTBF. As the bar chart shows, radar improved by 73%, and cabin equipment by no less than 155%. In other words, the combined interval between radar and cabin equipment faults was doubled. All Swedish Air Force aircraft hangars have now been equipped with dry air installations. Dry air is supplied by a centrally located dehumidifier unit and is distributed to the aircraft parking pads through a system of ducts mounted in the roof of the hangar. Dry air is distributed to each parking pad in the hangar. Hoses connect each location with the distribution ducting and piping in the roof. The aircraft are parked in the hangar at the end of flight operations. The hoses are raised and lowered by an electric winch. One hose is connected to the ground cooling air intake, from which dry air is distributed to all the electronic equipment areas in the aircraft. Both engine air intakes are protected. One of the protection covers is provided with a hose connection for supplying dry air to the engine. The engine, radar, and cabin equipment are not the only items protected by dehumidification. Other systems also benefit from its installation. The improved aircraft environment has resulted in decrease of failures, reduction of maintenance costs, increase of availability. Among other advantages, an extra operational aircraft is available to each division every day.